Got some breaking news to bring you from Sweden now. They're saying that they have confirmed their first case of Mpox. You will remember, of course, yesterday that the World Health Organization declared Mpox, the outbreak in parts of Africa, a public health emergency of international concern. Well, we're just hearing from Sweden that there is now the first case outside Africa has been recorded in Sweden. The Health and Social Affairs Minister Jakob Forssmed has told a news conference we have now also during the afternoon had confirmation that we have one case in Sweden of the more grave type of Mpox, the one called Clade 1. So this highly contagious disease, which is formerly known as monkeypox, now Mpox, has killed at least 450 people during an initial outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's now spread across parts of Central and East Africa. Scientists are concerned about how fast this new variant of the disease is spreading and its high fatality rate. And as we're just hearing in the last few minutes, Sweden is now saying that it's got its first case of Mpox outside of Africa. There's plenty more on this on the BBC website, so do check it out. Just go to bbc.com/news. You're watching BBC News.
All right. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to our powers. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha Qadash. They give a double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. They have taught us this truth that are constantly will and well through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Shai. Hey, peace, mercy, and blessed to the beloved icon that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Even shalom to the few sisters, the wives that are out there, and even shalom to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line goes back into our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm the brother Iraq, coming back with another lesson, Lord willing, edifying for the Lamb of the Lord, which Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, concise, and straight to the point. All right, and I want to start with Psalm chapter 78, verse 49. It says, He cast upon them the visions of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels amongst them. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence. All right. And you got a lot going on with kill gates, using them so-called African people, all right, but the people of Congo really testing on Jake, okay, putting them deadly diseases up in them, all right, and you just got the first case over in the UK, okay, but they definitely got some Plandemonic shit getting ready to transpire, man, which ultimately, all right, these pestilence, all right, these plagues that we warn our people about ultimately stems from whom? The Heavenly Father. All right, so just as I read in the book of Psalms, the 78th chapter and the 50th verse, all right, dealing with the time of Egypt, ancient Egypt, okay, the Lord is going to do what he did in Egypt again, okay, all right, and it's going to be, like they said, when this happens, this is going to be the one to pay attention to, okay? You got them from the WEF, World Economic Forum, speaking on these things before it even is going to happen, because ultimately they're the ones behind it, all right? Another lockdown, okay? And, we just living in the time of great evils, as the scriptures speak about, okay, in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, because prophecy is speaking, man. All right, I want to get the word pestilence, okay? The word is debar. It says a pestilence, a plague, murrain, cattle, disease, a cattle plague, all right? So the plague that the Lord sent in Egypt destroyed the cattle as well, all right? And, when you look up the word murrain, which it's not only just one type of disease, but it's a disease with many, and that's what Esau has become an expert in. He's become an expert in disease warfare, Okay. All right. We look up the word moraine. It's also known as the distemper. Is an antiquated term for various infectious disease affecting cattle and sheep. The word originates from moraine or marine as a derivative of the Latin mori, to die. All right. So when they release this thing, whatever they got coming, all right, especially to Babylon, to America, um, it's gonna be some horrific shit. People could be bleeding from their eyes, their nose, their ears. They scared the world, so this time they got to come even harder. All right, and it could take place anywhere. All right, people could be falling out at the store. You could just hear about cases of people going to these concerts, clubs, and falling out. All right, which is gonna scare the shit out of people, man. All right, that's what's coming. All right, in the near future. Okay, we living in a time of great evils. Okay, and I got a video I want to play with dealing with Mike Adams. All right, which goes into it. Okay, but just give me a second. Right, it says the word moraine, much like the word pestilence, did not refer to a specific disease, but rather served as an umbrella term for what are now recognized as a number of different diseases with high morbidity and mortality, such as rinderpest, erysipelas, foot and mouth disease, anthrax, streptococcus infections. Some of these livestock diseases could also infect humans. The term moraine also refers to an epidemic to such a disease. All right, and there's been times in the past where the Lord had Europe get affected. Because you're going to the time of the Great Famine of the 1315 to 1317. All right, that was when Jake was ruling. All right, you're going to the time of the Black Death. All right, the Lord sent in a heavy pestilence to devour our people. All right, and the Lord's getting ready to do it again. Matter of fact, let me grab that because I keep quoting it. Okay, let me see. Give me a second. Hold on. All right. Let's go to the book of Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right. So it's 15. Let's get straight to the point. This is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 10. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it." All right, and that's what's coming. All right, the Lord's getting ready to send evils upon this place, great evils. All right. Matter of fact, let's go over here. Let's watch that video with Mike Adams. All right. Salakia. Okay. I gotta scroll it back.
Until COVID showed up, these things with these ear loops. Anyway, he goes, "Ma'am, where's your mask?" And I turned around and I said, "I'm sorry, I left it home with my burqa." And he never said another thing. Zoom, gone. So just in case you need, it might not work for you, but for the women out there, that's a great, that'll stop them.
That's true, yeah. Well, first of all, he's trying to figure out, he's going to have to search online to find out what is a burqa.
Well, he's a retired gunnery sergeant, and he probably was in Afghanistan.
Oh, okay,
and all that. So I figured he knew what a burqa was.
All right, so then to summarize then what we've imparted to our audience here today. Number one, when the pandemic comes, it's a psyop. Media is going to lie, CDC is going to lie. And I do want to point out also, this is still going to be true under a Trump administration. So just because RFK Jr., let's say he runs HHS, that's not going to mean that the FDA isn't lying to you or the CDC isn't lying to you. I want to be clear. I'm not saying anything bad about RFK. I'm just saying there's a whole bureaucracy that exists that has this momentum of bullshit, and you got insight.
I like that. I'm going to remember that. Momentum of blood really actually exactly on.
That's it.
But in addition, what we should add that we didn't do this time as we should have. The most powerful thing we can do, not this thing tomorrow, whenever it starts, the next day, because everyone has to just have resistance at every life. Because in an intelligence war, keep in mind, if you don't have the intelligence, you're going to be the first victim. And that's what we saw last time. That whole thing was to get people to take these deadly shots. So if I can't, you can't keep people from running to the guns that just don't get it. Okay. But,
Right.
And don't.
Right, and that's what most people did during the 2020 scandal, all right? The Plandemonic shit, They ran straight to E, okay, got pumped up with, the devil's juice, and, people popping up dead, okay? Blood clots and things of that nature, man, all right? And, we've been warning, all right? That's on you if you don't have the intelligence to not trust in the government, okay? We've been saying what? Turn to the Lord, all right? And have faith, okay? Because that's all you need is faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, all right? The Lord said what? He gonna keep us from pestilence, okay? Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, right? And to dwell in the secret place of the Most High, you got to know the names, and you got to believe on those holy names, all right? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, okay? There is no other name under heaven, all right, given unto men, all right? The true names is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, point blank, period, all right? And those names are going to be a fortress, a tower, all right, for the Lord's elect, okay? Especially when these things arise, right? It says, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust only, all right? That's it. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence, okay? All right? And the Lord, he gives angels charge to keep you secure. You can't see the angel, but the angel's there, guarding, protecting you. All right, and that's the Lord that does that. Okay, let's jump down to verse 9. It says, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. All right, and these Edomites are plotting. All right, just because you don't hear about it, that don't mean that they ain't behind closed doors, thinking of their next grand scheme in order to take your life. All right, hey, the Lord blessed him with the sword, and that's part of the sword is him manipulating viruses and diseases in order to cause depopulation. All right, on the people. Okay. All right, that's how Esau gets down. He says he doesn't sleep unless he calls some to fall. All right, and still what, 5 years, going on 5 years later, people are affected from 2020, man. All right, so whatever he gonna come with this time, trust and believe, and it's gonna be on a whole nother level. All right, so it says, they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion, and the dragon shall thou tramp under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. Right? He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Because we're going to need deliverance. All right. When Esau releases what he's going to release. Let's listen to some more, because they're going to go into the whole the Travis Scott concert. They're going to go into the frequencies, all right, and Esau got a way to put this stuff inside your body and it allows certain frequencies to make your heart explode. So that right there should let you know that something major is getting ready to take place. Okay, all right, and that's why we're sounding the alarm, we're blowing the trumpet in Zion to warn you. You better repent, Jake. All right, you better turn back to Yahweh Shema Shai in a true heart, because the Lord ain't playing ultimately. Okay, let's watch some more of this.
Don't spend your emotional capital next time on people that are just hell-bent into, committing suicide essentially by doing the absolute wrong things. But you yourself have to start standing up for your kids, your family, your community, because keep in mind, they're still damaging our children. We haven't stopped the war. We've just slowed down the active phase.
True. And Dr. Merritt, it also strikes me that they're going to have to up the ante on the severity of the contact poison that they distribute, which can also be aerosolized, because I remember how the FBI and DHS, they ran tests in the New York subway system to see how they could disperse clouds of gas. I mean, and they even announced it. They announced, hey, if you see scary looking people in, biosuits, don't worry, it's just a test. It's a test for, Homeland Security. So they're testing to see how quickly they can disperse this stuff themselves. They just do it right out in the open, broad daylight. But this time, aren't they going to have to make the symptoms far more severe, because they have to scare people at a whole new level? It can't be just, I lost a sense of smell, or I feel tired. Now it's got to be like there's blood coming out of their ears and things. Aren't they going to up the poison?
Well, they can do the blood in the ears and that kind of thing maybe by wavelength. I mean, that may be part of it. The 5G may be what they're going to add. With the ACE2 pathway blockade, if they use the same kind of technology, the snake venom, I think we can counter that. And I think that they can make it, if you don't know what's going on and you don't take these precautions that we're going to teach you in the whole big program, you can get really sick, because I think the way we would do it is they would spread it more globally. What happened last time, they just needed a few really sick people. The rest they did by false PCR tests and the people that had the normal winter flu. And by the way, winter flu isn't a virus either.
Right.
You get the flu in the winter because you're indoors, not getting good sunlight, and you can't detoxify yourself well. This is where the detoxification programs really help. So, I think that this time they're just going to be more global in their spread, and they may add the wavelength. Now, I will tell you, if you remember the Travis Scott concert, that's the thing that worries me. There's been several of these episodes. The Travis Scott
where they disperse something.
Well, they had to be vaccinated to go in there. Okay, That was number one. And number two, they went through this creepy tunnel with flashing lights and strobe lights, and then into a big auditorium with lots of frequency. So the guy that is Feng Zhang at MIT, the Zhang lab, it's his lab. He's credited for being the father of CRISPR, but when I went on his website to look into what he does, we can't really do precise gene insertion, all gene knockdown. And I said, well, that's interesting. So what's he really? And I looked up his PhD. His PhD in optogenetics is when you instill into people, or they say they've never done it in people, just rats. They did it studies where they put a wavelength-sensitive chemical into rats. And with that, they could turn on frequencies that would either control their behavior, very precise brain control,
right,
or control their heart, start and stop their heart. In fact, it's so precise in the heart, they can use this as a mapping technique for the heart. And what you saw at the Travis Scott concert was all these people just dropping over. There were like 14 or 15. And I tried to find firsthand reports as best I could. And I found one guy that was actually a victim that survived. He said, quote, "It felt like my heart stopped."
Wow.
So it wasn't that they got crushed. And so that is my biggest fear. I'll be honest. Would personally, that's my biggest.
All right. And they got a movie. Let me see. They got a movie called Sail. All right. Yep. The movie called Sail with Samuel Jackson. And then who else? Let me see. Cast. And John Cusack. all right, which is a good movie, showing you the frequencies, all right. Um, they definitely could control you or eliminate you through frequencies, okay? And that's what the movie goes into, all right? You know, if you haven't watched it, you want a movie to watch, check it out. Came out 2016, okay? Pretty good movie, all right? But they got them towers up though, all right? And all right, best believe, all right, hey, Esau, okay, let's go to the scriptures real fast. Let's go to Revelation 12 and 12. Give me a second. All right. He gonna use this on the people. You know? Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down to you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. All right. So this is part of the terror that these Edomites is going to bring. All right. They know they have but a short time. All right. I believe also in the book of Isaiah, the maybe it's the 59th chapter. Okay. All right. It says their feet, they run to blood. All right. Isaiah. Oh, yep. All praise to Yahweh Shemashah. Isaiah 59, and let's start at verse 6. It says, their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hand. All right. Violence is this is their trademark. Okay. All right. They think about how to eliminate people, and they remember they want to reduce the population to 500 million. Okay. They want to kill off billions of people in the world. All right. And then they want to have total control and rule over the people, trying to be as God, man. Okay. Using that technology. All right. So we right here at the door where things can pop off any day. It doesn't matter if Trump gets in office, you know what I'm saying, or they assassinate him. The part of the plans is that, you know, they gotta cause some type of major event to take place. Okay? To make you bow down to the next phase of their agenda. All right. So, hey, some is coming down the pike, you know. All right. So it says, their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their path. Okay. So that's what these Edomites know, and they do it by means of these calibers right here, you know. All right. Using frequencies, disease warfare, all right, in order to put you to death. Okay. All right. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's go to the book of Psalm 64. Let's grab something out of there real fast. All right. Psalm 64 and 1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. All right. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Okay. This is all they think about. All right. It says who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot the arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. And that's us. All right. They conspire and think of all types of ways to destroy us. And they've been doing this for years. All right. Years. Through your food, through the air, the water, indoctrination when you're young. You know, they've been trying to destroy us since we've been over here, but to no avail, because, you know, the Lord has an elect. All right. All right. It says through the mercy of the Lord, we are not consumed, because a part of the story is that Yahweh has to come and redeem us out of here. Okay. So the elect can't die. All right. Or Israel can't be taken out, because we got to inherit we got to inherit everything else, the world, you know. All right, but if it wasn't for the Lord's mercy, you know, these Edomites would have been done away with us, then killed us, man, if they had the power to do so. But see, they don't have no power above what Yahweh Shema Shai has given them. Okay, but let's keep reading. Right, it says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? All right. And the one that sees you is Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. But this is a necessary evil, all a part of the plan, man. You know? All right. Because the Lord ultimately, he wants to take out 2/3 of his own people. All right. 2/3 of Israel are going to die here in America. Okay. All right. Pursuant to the book of Isaiah, the 65th chapter. All right, let's read that. And then we just close out on that. All right, 'cause I don't want to make this too long. Isaiah 65 and it's like and 11. It says, but I'm reading it in NLT. It says, but because the rest of you have forsaken the Lord and have forgotten his temple, and because you have prepared feasts to honor the God of fate, and have offered mixed wine to the God of destiny, right? Now I will destroy you for the sword. All of you will bow down before the executioner. For when I called, you did not answer. When I spoke, you did not listen. You deliberately sinned before my very eyes, and chose to do what you know I despise. Okay, all right, and our people are not taking heed to the message of Yahweh Shema Shai. They're not hearing the warning, okay? But they're still giving unto wine, marriage, eating and drinking, all right, as if we're living in some times of peace. When we're living in some times of evil and hate, all right, war, okay? All right, and these Edomites have already let you know that they're making war against you people, okay? And the Lord is going to allow this man to show them horns real soon. All right. And we believe through the Spirit that when they lock this bitch down again, that's going to be it. Ain't nobody going to come in. Ain't nobody going to go. People are going to die in the streets, the cities. All right. People are going to starve to death. People are going to suffer out here. All right. Because what? Pride. Okay. When the streets and the cities are troubled, all right, it's because of what? Pride. The Lord brought you down, okay? It's going to be hopeless out here. People are going to have that hopeless feeling out here, you know? Let me end it off with that right there, 8 and 50, okay? 2 Ezra 8 and 50, all right? For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter times, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. All right. So many great miseries is getting ready to be done, all right, to this place. So, you know, it's just something that I was just peeping out. You know, some Plandemonic shit is getting set up. You know, keep your eyes open. All right. And you know, stay prayed up. Okay. So with that, giving all praises and glory to Yahweh by Shema Shai, and it's on to the next. Shalom.